State Wolfpack. Taking on another team from the ACC, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. RPO complete to open the drive. Turning it on. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Focus on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat you.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. The give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll go with a direct snap. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
Well, you're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of opening drive of the game. You're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Handoff to the lone back. There he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job on the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
To the air, it's Maldonado. Grabbed in the middle, it's DeLuca. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. They want to run this quarterback. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Hard running there. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
quarter, and NC State has the edge. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. A run for the quarterback. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Both teams scored on their first possessions, but now a chance to send a message that field goals aren't going to win this game. Touchdowns will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up for him.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. They'll send the tight end in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Finds some fresh air. Breaks into the open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
We'll talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup. Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got his man quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Kendricks. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Finds his man. It's Kendricks. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quarterback keeper. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. Gonna run it. It's Kendricks. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Caught behind the line. It's Kendricks. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. They want to throw it. Looking for the score. Touchdown, NC State. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He's going to take off. Finding an escape route. He steps out right on the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards, pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
Back to throw, it's Maldonado. Using his legs to buy some time. Grabbed on the outside, it's Singleton. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the +42.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Looking downfield on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's DeLuca. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Making side adjustments here. From the gun. He's got it. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Auburn offense. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they...
Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Auburn. And that one will give them the lead.
second level. Great vision in that, David. It shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
They believe they can run right here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Lincoln. Puts it out of the air. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Snagged in the middle. It's Kendricks. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. NC State going up tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
From the gun, the ground game. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Quick completion to the right. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. The short hands, it's Markham. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away. Pulls it in. It's Kendricks. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
They'll try to move the chains on 4th down. NC State comes to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Red pass, it's complete. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Got his man on the outside. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll test the right side. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Flushed out of the pocket. Powers through the defender. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back the pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running, so I can just put some kind of hit on him. Nope. Steps out of bounds.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. They'll run it. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They're going to ride this running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 32-29. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll move the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Yates. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. This quarterback part of their running game.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity for the defense. An opportunity on 4th down to get off the field, see some of this momentum, give it back to your offense. They just could not bring them down before the sticks.
And the Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They're looking to pass from the red zone. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell. They want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Looking for a man. It's Maldonado. Skips away from pressure. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Hauls it in. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. A design run for the quarterback. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Pulls it, fired complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Snap it to the back. Tackle is made at the 23. Let's call it a 5-yard pickup. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Into a massive giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs. Turning it off! They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Rides the back on the option, the give. Fighting off the defender.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset. First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this thing.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. The offense changing the play. Gotta have it here on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This is a situation you dreamed of in the backyard, but now it's for real. One last chance late in the game. Final drive coming for this offense. Tight end finds a soft spot. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? It just feels like every time this QB has thrown the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He'll take it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Flushed out of the pocket. Touchdown, Tigers. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Wants to go up top on first down. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.